What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, guys and girls. I really do appreciate it. If you could do me a favor, you ain't subscribed to this channel, hey, why not hit the subscribe button? Ring the bell. You ain't got nothing to lose. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links are in the description below. You follow me on either one, I will follow you back. And I always appreciate all the support, so thank you for watching. I want to talk about some of these contracts that the New York Giants have given out here in the past few days. The Kenny Golladay contract, 4 years, $72 million, and of course Adoree Jackson yesterday, 3 years, $39 million. Now there's quite a few people, the haters, the division rivals. You overpaid. You all overpaid. You all overpaid. I love that. I love that coming from opposing fan bases. That's my favorite, because if they were to make this, if they were to make the same moves, they'd be talking about going and winning the Super Bowl. They'd be talking about how much their team improved. They wouldn't be talking about how much money they've been giving out. I mean, let's look at Eagle fans. I mean, I told them 2 years ago they were going to be in cap hell. They didn't want to believe me, right? So I knew where they were going, and that's where they are. And now they're a little bit jealous because instead of them making all these signings, teams in the division are making these signings. Dallas is making signings. The Giants obviously made a massive free agent haul. Washington's doing their thing over there. So it is what it is. But you know what? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. They gave Golladay more than I thought they would. They gave Jackson more than I thought they would. Giants fans, did we overpay for these guys? Is there a such thing as overpaying? Oh, you paid. They're injury prone. Adoree Jackson played 3 games last year. Kenny Golladay only played 5. Well, I mean, the Eagles gave Carson Wentz a massive contract, and he missed all of, 2017? He was hurt in 2018, right? I mean, how many times was he hurt? They gave him a contract. Listen, you can't worry about what's happened in the past. Unfortunately, that is a part of football, okay? Yeah, that's a little concerning. We can't lie about that. But listen, my whole thing is this. Again, I think they paid him a little bit more than I thought they would have. Okay, I was thinking Golladay maybe get 2 years. Maybe Adoree Jackson would get 2 years. I definitely did not think Adoree Jackson would get $13 million. I was happy we got him. We do need a number 2 cornerback to go opposite of Bradbury, and I like Adoree Jackson. He's 25. He runs like the wind, and I feel like he'll flourish here in the Patrick Graham system. But we did pay them a lot of money. But this is my thing. What are we saving it for? What are you saving it for? If you think your team can take the next step, and you know that you have these glaring weaknesses, you know that your team last year did well in these areas and these aspects of the game, and then you turn around and go, man, we really lacked here with Isaac Yiadom at cornerback too. Obviously, that was supposed to be DeAndre Baker's spot, okay? And then the whole DeAndre Baker thing happened, so we didn't expect. We were there's no way anybody could prepare for what happened with DeAndre Baker. Okay, so that is what it is. That happened. But we knew Isaac Yiadom was not the answer. And then you look at the receivers. It never panned out. Darius Slayton had a very nice rookie season, and he was, hit or miss last season. Sterling Shepard, I love him, but he's a slot receiver. He's not going to make any big plays for you. Our tight end kept dropping passes. We had guys like Dante Pettis and C.J. Board out there running routes, and Austin Mack. We needed a number 1 wide receiver really badly, and they paid for that number 1 wide receiver in Kenny Golladay. It's just what you have to do. Again, what were the Giants going to save the money for? It's just like drafting a quarterback or drafting a player. You can't sit there and you're drafting second this year, if you're the Jets, say, and go, well, we really like Zach Wilson, but you know what? We don't want to give a second-round pick for him, or a second overall pick for him, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait till next year to get that guy, not knowing where you're going to draft or what quarterbacks are going to be available. If you like the guy, if you like a guy where you're picking, you take him. You can't sit there and go, well, maybe next year we'll get a better prospect at that same position, because you don't know. And it's the same thing with the New York Giants. They don't know what they would do next year, right? The cap space is going up next year. The cap is going to go up. It's probably going to go up over $200 million. If Kenny Golladay and Adoree Jackson came in here on 1-year prove-it deals, say we signed Kenny Golladay for 1 year, $16 million on a prove-it deal, and he proves it. What is his market value next year when the cap goes up? You see, if Kenny Golladay has a big season, it's a bargain. Because if he had a big season, he's going to get $20 to $21 million next year if he has a really big season. If, with the cap space going up, and then there's going to be more demand for the wide receivers. Same thing with Adoree Jackson. If he comes in here in a 1-year deal and he has a great Pro Bowl season, if he has a season, almost as good, I'm not going to say as good as Bradbury, because Bradbury was amazing last year, but if he has a season close to James Bradbury, he's going to command a lot of money on the open market. That's what happens, so it's crazy. It is what it is, so of course the phone had to ring. That happens every time. But as I was saying, you can't take a chance and sit there and wait until next year. What are you saving the cap for? Right? The cap space doesn't make any sense. To me, if you have it there, use it. Everybody came into this season saying the Giants had no money, the Giants have no cap space, the Giants have these contracts. Well, they were able to work things around. They had to release Zeitler, they had to sign Leonard Williams, they had to make moves in order to get the guys that they really felt would help this team take the next step. So it really depends on the situation. It depends on how you look at it. If you're just looking at the money aspect of what the Giants are doing in 2021, then yeah, maybe you could say we paid a little bit more for these guys than originally thought we would. I certainly didn't think Golladay was getting 4 years, $72 million. I certainly didn't think Adoree Jackson was getting 3 years, $39 million. So maybe in 2021, maybe you did pay him more than the market value. But again, going forward, they can end up being really big bargains. The Giants had to make these moves. The Giants have got to know what they have in 2021. I've said a number of times this is a make-or-break season for all of these players, the Daniel Joneses, the Saquon Barkleys, and of course our GM Dave Gettleman. It's a big season for Joe Judge in his second year. It's a big season for Patrick Graham and Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett had the 31st ranked offense in the league. The Giants knew they needed offense. That's why they went out and got Kyle Rudolph. That's why they went out there and got John Ross. That's why they went out there and got Kenny Golladay. They needed these pieces. And they also know that their defense, as good as it was last year, was lacking over there on the other side of James Bradbury, and they went and cleared that up now too, which means that they have all the flexibility in the draft at number 11 to take any single position that they want. They can double up on wide receiver if they choose to. They could go tight end if they choose to. They could go edge rusher if they choose to. They could go offensive line if they choose to. The Giants don't have to focus on one particular area because they know they're extremely weak in that area anymore. So that's why I love the signings. Yeah, paid a lot of money for these guys. But if you have it to spend, what are you saving it for? Because you're going to get more next year, right? A lot of guys live their life that way. Hey, I'm going to get a raise. I'm going to spend my money. So if you can do it, why can't the Giants do it, right? People got their stimulus check out. I'm sure they went out and they spent some money. Why wouldn't you? It's your money. Spend it, right? Can't take it with you. So, hey, the Giants, same thing, man. What are they going to save it for? And another thing a lot of people don't understand, guys outside of our organization, guys that don't want or don't pay attention to the Giants cap and all this other stuff, going forward, next year doesn't count. It doesn't have Adoree Jackson's contract on there yet, but the Giants are about $40 million in the plus for cap space next season. So we had cap space going into next season. So again, you think about it, if the Giants would have had to sign these guys next year, they might have paid even more for them. Listen, I like what we did. Did we pay a little bit more? Yeah. Is it going to be worth it? We're going to find out. Looks really good on paper. I've said it a million times. Don't win championships on paper. You win championships on the field. As good as these moves are, again, you can't fault Dave Gettleman. He's doing everything that he can to bring in winning ball players, to bring in guys that are going to help contribute to turning this team around, winning the division, getting on the winning side for the first time since 2016, making the playoffs, and beginning to really build towards a Super Bowl. He's done what he can do. Now it's up to the players and coaches to go on the field and execute this and get the Giants back to prominence. Let me know what you think in the comments section. As always, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. By the way, if you made it this far, I'll be live for the Lakers in about 3 hours. So hope you'll tune in for that and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace!